Hello everyone, my name's Graham Brimblecombe. I'm from Lifetime Tennis. I just wanted to take the time today to talk a little bit about tournaments and how to plan and program for those events. In particular with the 2021 tournaments coming back online shortly. Most people initially when they're putting their tournament schedule together just do it a little bit higgly-piggly and don't have a really good idea of what they want to do and what they want to achieve. So I want to help people today in giving them some magic numbers and some ideas of what they should be looking to do over the year. Normally we would be asking our players to play between 100 and 120 matches per year, but with 2021 coming on and the miss of 2020 tournaments, we're going to talk about playing between 120 and 150 matches this year. There's also another magic number that's really important, and that is that players should be trying to win between 2-1 and 3-1 matches, win-loss matches over the course of the year. It's really important that everybody has a good winning record so that they can feel confident about what they're trying to achieve and they can accurately gauge how they're going and how they're travelling. There are some pitfalls with tournament planning and tournament scheduling, and I see a lot of parents playing their players or their children in events that are far too strong for them, thinking that that's the best way of going or the best way of getting a high ranking. So parents, please don't do this. Please get to the stage where the children that are playing events at a good level and relevant to their standard. The second thing is that players need to be playing main draw, consolation and doubles in all events to get good matches and good numbers and good differing experiences throughout the day. So in essence, if players are playing 100 matches say a year, they should be looking to win 65 to 70 of those matches and get experiences in the other 35 to 30 matches that they may lose. There's another couple of things that you want to look out for and keep in mind. Tournaments are really simply a test or an example of how a player is developing. So please don't look at the children's results as being the most important thing. It's really how they're progressing and the experiences that they're getting out of tournaments that are important. Reflection for the children is really important. When they come off from the matches, that they look back over the match and go, okay, these are the things I didn't do that well, these are the things I did well, these are the sort of things that I need to work on in my next match. I'll start going and preparing for that. And parents, don't take stats unless a player asks you to take stats of things. For me, children tend to get a little bit nervous when people are taking stats of them. So until they come and ask you for the stats that they want from a match, please let them drive this. It's really important that they drive the stat taking. Okay, so I talked about playing 100 to 150 matches in 2021. What those matches need to consist of is a range of different playing opportunities. And everybody tends to want to play the main draw matches, and a lot of people will withdraw from conso and not play doubles and all of those sort of things. And it's more important that you play everything. Players need all the different experiences from every tournament they can possibly get. They need singles experience, and when they lose they need to be able to get up for a consolation match. They need all the different doubles opportunities they possibly can get. There's a lot of skills in doubles that are really important to singles later on. So make sure the children are playing all the different types of match opportunities that they get. And it's important then for everybody to make sure that they've made that level of commitment to the tournament and to the players getting better. This is the test for the players. This is their opportunity to work on their game and develop their games. So when putting a tournament schedule together, one of the key things to look at is how you structure your year. Have a think about where the kids are at the moment, and it's important that they play a lot of events in and around their own rankings and their own standards. That will help them get the numbers of matches that they need over the year. It will help them get the opportunities and the experiences that they'll need, and it will help them to develop a lot of the skills that are important for them in the long term. So when you're thinking about where a player is, have a look at their national ranking, where they sit within their age group. If they're somewhere under 30 in their age group, they're probably looking at making a national event, and I would class them as playing at a national structure or a national program. That means you'd look at playing some silver, a lot of gold events, maybe some AMTs if you're 14 and above to get some different experiences. But generally you'd be playing in the silver and gold level tournaments that are similar to the standard of your player. If you're somewhere between 30 and 50 in your age group in the country, you may play more silver and bronze type events and try and get your matches out of those type events. If you're outside of 50, you'd be what we would call a regional level player and will be playing a lot of tournaments that are bronze level tournaments and other UTR events around your level. So it's really important that you play some events, a number of events in your standard, a number of events where your child may win, and a number of events where they're just going to simply go in the event to get some experiences. And that balance is really, really important. From there, once you understand where your child is at and the type of events that are going to be best for them to play, have a look at the tournament schedule, and the tournament calendar for December 20 through to February 21 is now out. It has a number of different events. Unfortunately, there's no gold events on there, so there'll be some of the stronger players trying to get some matches under their belt that'll be playing the silver and bronze events, I would anticipate, in January 2021. Over the period of, say, 12 weeks or 14 weeks, you'd look at structuring up a quarterly program. That quarterly program should have something between 30 and 40 matches in it. It should have a good win-loss ratio between 2 to 3 and to 1 win-loss ratio, and it should have a range of different experiences for your child. I'll give you an example of a type of schedule or structure that we could put in place between now and January, the end of January 2021. So there are a number of UTRs on. There's 3 countdown to Christmas programs or tournaments that are on. There are UTRs at Nudgee for AMT players and a few other events like that. There is a silver level tournament at Elite Tennis, and there's 3 other bronze level age events at Nudgee, Morningside and Beenleigh in January. So there's plenty of tournaments on for the players, and they should be looking to glean, like I said, 30 to 40 matches out of the December-January period from the matches that they play, and have a win-loss ratio of between 25 to 30 wins to 20 to 15 losses over that period of time. That would mean that they're playing a good balance of events and giving them a lot of the experiences that they're going to need. One of the other things I like to discuss with parents when I'm talking about putting a schedule together is the harvesting of points or rankings from a period of time. A lot of people want to do it tournament by tournament, and I always lean away from that type of concept. So what I ask people to do is have a look over a quarter or 12 or 14 week period and try and think about the number of points that you'd like your child to be able to pick up from the events and are reasonable for them to achieve over that period of time. For example, if they're playing 6 or 7 tournaments and they might be bronze events in 14s, you average out quarter-final type results, which might be 2.5 to 3 points per event, and so you're looking to glean 18 to 20 points from a period if you're someone working in that 14 under age group and you're looking at a state or a regional level tournament. If you're working at a higher level, a state or national level, obviously you'd be playing higher level tournaments that give you a better return on the points that you play. So when you're looking at doing those sort of things, you would have probably a greater level of number of points that you're trying to get out of that quarter and help you to increase your ranking and make sure that you're on target then to make the nationals like you'd be aiming for at the end of that particular year. So it's really up to you to identify where you are, where your child is. If they're a regional level player, they should be playing bronze type ARs and UTRs of a similar standard to themselves. If they're a state level player, they should be playing bronze, silver and an odd gold type AR tournaments, and again UTR tournaments that are relevant to their level. If you're a national level player in your age group, you should be looking at playing more gold level type events, possibly some AMT events for different experiences, and the odd silver event where you're just going to go in there and just practice your game and try and get a win out of it. So it's horses for courses, and depending on where you are will depend on what type of events you should be focusing on mainly. There's one other key area that we've got to look at and try and explore a little bit more as a program and as parents and players, and that is simply match play and practice matches. If you're at a Bollettieri's or a Spanish academy, you'd be looking to play matches, 2 to 3 matches every single afternoon. A lot of their programs, the children come in the mornings and they do a really hard training session, some physical work, and then every afternoon they'll go out and play some matches and work on their games and get to understand how they play and how they develop their games in the future. A number of our players don't have those opportunities. Nearly everybody's still at school, so we get the opportunity to train in the afternoons, but the match play and those sort of things are left out of our programs at this point in time. on weekends it's really important to use those weekends to get a lot more match play in, and for people to get 8 to 10 sets per weekend in when they're not playing a tournament. Now, your match play session should consist of about 2-hour blocks where you have a warm-up and you go and play possibly a best of 3 set match. When you get a little bit older, you might want to play some best of 5 set matches and practice at that level, but initially you want to play best of 3 set matches and ascertain how you're going. Now, the importance shouldn't be on whether you win or lose those matches. It should be on whether you're working on the things that you think are important to your game. And what I ask people to do is to focus on the tactical and competitive components of their game and the outcomes that they get from those things. So things like, how do I play? What are the things that are important? Am I predominantly a baseline player or an aggressive baseline player? These are some of the key things that I need to be working on overall. These are some of the things that are unique to me and that I want to develop in my game. What are the offensive, defensive and neutral type patterns of play that are important to me, that are uniquely mine? I don't play like everybody else, so what are the things that make me different that I want to train and become better at? And evaluate your sessions based on your wins, not on your wins and losses rather, but on whether you're achieving the goals and you're doing the things that you want to do, whether you have some adaptability in your games if someone else is doing something a little bit different that you didn't expect. So whether you can change and adjust your tactics a little bit. So for me, it's really, really important that you understand what match play is and how important that is in your overall development. Look, everybody, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed my little presentation today. Behind this, I've left some documents and some other information for you in a presentation file. So for you, go through it, have a look at it. If you have any questions at the end of it all, come back and ask me some further questions on it. But the idea of today is to help you guys start to develop your own tournament scheduling and have a purpose behind what you're trying to achieve with your children in these tournaments. Thanks again for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.